Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading a multi-character listener of Aimi. So let's get into it. Kokushibo, who was used to being the person that people were scared of or did not want to be near. That was really what he was used to in most cases. It's not what he wanted, but it's what he got, and he was more than fine with it. Until you came along. And until he wanted to care for you and love you in every possible way imaginable. And that's when he wanted to be a more comforting person, approachable, someone that you can feel safe with and not intimidated by. And little did he know at first, you loved him, and you were not intimidated by him in any way. To you, he was the representation of safety and everything you wanted from it. So he's got nothing to worry about. Not really. And you're more than happy with what you got with him. He's just happy to have you. That's all. But he would never think that he would have to comfort you. At least not so soon and not so suddenly. He'd never seen you this scared before. Trembling. You looked so shaken that it would almost scared him had he been the type to actually be easily scared. But he was not, and he was thankful for that. But most importantly, he was more than happy to be able to help, or at least try to do that. He was worried a lot at first, taking you into his arms, gentle and slow, making sure that none of his movements are sudden. It'll be alright, Ryan. I promise you. You'll be okay, he whispered, and you were more than glad to have him around. You were grateful, thankful, and everything good in the world. You were terrified, yes, trembling in his arms as you clung to him, your hands wrapping tightly around his waist. You wanted nothing more than to be able to stay in his arms forever, and to never leave that place of safety and security, knowing that you'll be safe as long as you were near, as long as he was by your side. No one would dare harm you, but eventually would have to, or at least so you thought, as you were still outside and you had to get back home. You were only scared because of the sight that you had seen, a fight that broke out and terrified you. And as you went to pull away, rather reluctant, he shook his head, giving you a comforting smile as he picked you up in his arms, carried you, and then walked you all the way back home. He needed you to be safe and happy, but most importantly, he needed you to feel okay. He wanted you to be okay. And if it meant that he would have to do things that were rather strange to him, or that he was not used to, being put on the spot and comforting someone, which was not really his strongest suit, he would do it because he wanted to be able to help you and to make you feel safe. That was his one duty, and the one promise that he made to you all those days ago, when his heart had already fallen in love. Muichirou. Muichirou was rather startled and a bit scared. Not in the same way that you were, obviously, and not to the same degree. He was just startled, really, and nervous. He's never had to comfort someone like this. He's never been put into the position of having to calm someone down, and not a loved one. Not like this. Not when you're trembling and crying, and you seem to be on the edge of a breakdown if you already weren't in a breakdown, or breaking down. He has no idea what's going on, really. Confusion has taken over his thoughts. And most of all, he has no idea if he's doing the right thing. when he's just so scared like that. He has no idea how to do this, or just how he can make you feel happier, and how he can make sure that you'll be okay, especially when you're just so terrified. He reaches out and holds your hand, squeezing it in his own. It'll be alright, Wyan. I promise you. You're okay. Everything will be fine, he said, quiet and gentle, trying to soothe you in any way possible. And soon you were actually calming down, much to his relief. He was worried, really, and he wasn't sure if he'd be able to do something if things had not de-escalated so quickly. If anything, he was so terrified of not being able to do the right thing. But he was thankful that you were rather easy to deal with. Not that you were a burden to him. He was just terrified of frightening you further. Really. He has no experience with this, and he does not think that he is the most common person to be around. Not really. And that's why, when you seem to be comfortable with him, he holds your other hand, squeezing it as well. Can I hold you? He asks, gentle, and meaning to give you the space that you need. He doesn't want to suffocate you with his own affections, not if you don't need them. And he thinks that the best thing to do right here is ask, instead of assume things. And after some hesitation, and after you look into his eyes, seeing the amount of concern for you, he nod, and you start crying again, as he just holds you so close. And you feel safe. You can't help but feel that way. It's the only thing that you can do when you're with him. And he holds you even tighter. If he can make you feel safe, if he can make you feel better, then he will do that. It's the least that you deserve. And right now, making you happy, it's his greatest goal. And he sure as hell will try to accomplish it. If he sees a smile on your face, and you can wipe those tears away, and calm your trembling body, he will do just about anything in the world.